in it. So God allows us to show up at certain times and certain places because his presence needs to be there, you see. And so the opportunity of God using me to take me into these feats, into a place where I don't know of, you see. But God knows about the place, what he wants to do in the place. God knows. So his power and his presence takes full control. And I'm grateful for knowing the things of God, that it works. His word, the things that God does for us. It said we know all things will work together for the good that them that are called. It's a calling. A calling that's on my life that I know about. It's not that I just not start knowing about that calling. The calling has been there on my life. You see, ever since I was a young woman, the call was there. The call started when I was 12 years old. But I didn't understand. I didn't understand that calling because I'm just a child. But as I grew, 10 years later, I came into the calling again. Therefore, I could no longer get away from that calling. So I had to surrender to that calling. And I was out. No one seen that calling, but I knew about that calling. And I kept it because it was within. You see, it's between God and I. But I used that calling to do what I needed to do. You see, reaching out to people. And I thank God that I used it as a young woman. I used the calling of God on my life. And I thank God for what he had done throughout our lives. And my children are a living testimony. They are witnesses of what they have seen in our lives. And the call, use of that calling in our lives when our children were small and like teenage age. That calling was there, and I used what I had. That calling took us into nursing homes, retirement homes, and people had testimonies because some people left there and they went home to their family. It's all power. It's God's power. The only thing he needs is a vessel, a house that he can use to reach out to others. So this house, he can reach out. So this vessel, he can use. So we're grateful to God for that because our eyes are hold. Our eyes are hold and they are full of light. We can see. And we thank God and thank you for hearing. Thank you for being blessed to hear. Thank you for reading your own Bible. How precious. You don't know how precious the Word of God is until you begin to read and read and read and read. And enjoy, just like a delight, something that you eat, that you know what you love to eat. Just like that, the Word of God is your bread or your meat. Whatever it is to you that you love, when you can consider the Word of God is just that delightful, that you can delight in it. So that's what I do. The Word of God to me is within my heart, within me. The power of God. The Word is within me. That's why I can share. And I'm a testimony. And I'm a witness to what the Word of God can do and will do. And I thank God for all those that have been a blessing. Those that have been discounting things for us. Those that have been helping us, you see. Because sometimes you may appear not to have. But God, we never asked for tithing. And that's not to say anything against anyone. But it's that there, God never told us that. He never spoke that unto us. So therefore, we can share. And I felt good about it because what I had and what we had, we shared it with others. And the word of God says, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. I'm a testimony that I have been reaping the harvest of what God has done. My eyes are full of light because I have received of the harvest, you see. Because for many years we have been given, you see. And so to me, to certain things, it's not have to be a big thing, but the things that, like when I can go out and I can find a park, I'm celebrating God, you see. I'm celebrating God when I can go and God instruct me to go here and I go there for one thing and it's another thing and I'm able to share with someone. That is a blessing from God, you see. And so I'm thankful and grateful. But like I say, I will say it again. I'm not called to everyone, but I'm called to someone. And the someone that I'm called to, I will reach. And I'm blessed by reaching out. And I'm certain that my children are witnesses that they are also can reach out, no matter what, to share what you have. You can't give love if you don't have love. These things that are, you can't buy with money. You see, love you cannot buy. Sharing, witnessing, telling of the goodness of God, you cannot buy it. You see, it's free. It was free for me. It's free for me to be able to share with you what God has done for me, you see, and what he has done for our family. And I'm so blessed, and I will continue to say, I am a mother that's so blessed by her children, you see. I am so blessed by my family because they surround me with love. And I'm thankful that God, whoever God sends in our lives to be a blessing, that I'm sure that God will bless. And he will continue to bless because I've seen the blessings of the Lord, how God has changed lives, how he has allowed people to stand up on their feet. And some have already called me mama. And so they say, I got a job. So am I not blessed that if I can share with someone else and they got a job, you see, I am blessed. And so for that, I thank God for it. It's always a blessing to be a blessing, you see. And so therefore, I thank God for the time that we share. So that concludes